Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Saturday, Mosh Pit. Oh man, we are still only one away from the like streak goal. I'm recording this the day after yesterday's video, so I have not. That video has not come out yet, so I have not tallied the like streaks yet. But I have no doubt that we're going to hit it this weekend. So thank you all very much in anticipation of the like streak being completed, going on to the next one. Here's your meme of the day, brought to you by Tamaniac FG on the Invicta subreddit. This one got triple-digit likes, which is almost unheard of on the Invicta subreddit. Title thread was, "It happens to the best of us." When Invicta knows the placement of the secret room on a floor, but doesn't have any bombs to prove it. Yeah, that's the face I made. Maybe not so suave. But definitely the expression that I have when I'm like, oh, I wish I could show you guys. It would make my dreams come true. Echo Quebec Tango Papa 2 Mike Golf Quebec. We got Curse the Blind. That's just super awesome. It's really great. Really great. We're starting off with not great damage or tears. Movement speed's okay. Shot speed's okay. Range is doo-doo. We also have the moving box, which could make an interesting play for those 4 chests there, if we can get 2 full charges. And obviously, you saw me already take the blind item, so that's something that we can at least identify for us. And you know, moving box is not it's an interesting item. There are a lot of mechanics that you can use and exploit with moving box to. In a way, you can set up your own item pedestals. You can set up your own rerolls if you happen to take a bunch of item pedestals inside of the secret room and there's a reroll pedestal in there. That's the primary role of moving box, in my opinion, anyway. And it can be quite good. Oh, we've already been to the shop. All right. I don't know what that is, but we need 2 more charges. Otherwise, we won't be able to get the blind item. I put it down. I put it down there just because I wanted to make sure that we could get something. We are gonna get a tears upgrade. Very nice, and we get a bomb. Okay, hang on now. Come on now, hang on now. Super secret room is to the left of there. I don't know where this regular secret room is, but if we can get a full charge, that would allow us to pick up everything in this room here. Or if not, then we can just bomb one of the chests and hope that we get more bombs. So I don't remember exactly what was in the item room, even though or item shop. There is a full charge, so we will be able to get it. And I think this is absolutely worth. Maybe not. Oh, I gotta see what this is. We have 4.5 volt. Let's go. Yeah, as much as I want to use the moving box, the coupon is just too valuable. It really is. The secret room is there, by the way, but we'll never know for sure. Although I do know for sure. So I'll take the blind item just to placate. And look at that, we got the bombs. Okay. So hey, that worked out strangely perfectly. I don't know how that happened. And for 2 bombs, we get 1 key so far. And 6 cents and 2 keys. And so 7 cents, 2 keys for 4 bombs. Not the greatest trade there. I was correct about the placement of the secret room, of course. I'm not going to go in the curse room because we do not have the stats to handle this low of damage. But our tears rate getting a big up from Constellation Prize is really is hugely impactful, because now at least our damage isn't so bad. Our damage is still bad, but our DPS is not so bad. We could have used a bomb for that, but what can you do? So no curse this time, thankfully. And we get a bone heart, but no way of getting it. So somebody brought up an excellent suggestion that I'm definitely going to implement on the randomizer, and that was a 4th option of randomization, which would select for you devil deals or angel deals. And you cannot deviate from those. It's a bad idea. Yep. Bad idea. I knew it was a bad idea the second I started doing that. But I did it anyway. And that's a great suggestion. That's something that I was thinking about doing, but didn't really. I'm not sure how it would go over, because some people would just want to play themselves the way they want to play the runs that themselves. They want to make the decisions, and I definitely totally respect that. But I think what we're going to end up doing is make it an option. Make it to where it's going to be like a, hey, you know, if you wish to have the randomizer choose for you, Devil Deal, Angel Deal, there's this little toggle option, and then the fourth option will be unlocked for you. I think that'd be the most fair. It's just it'd be one extra click or one extra tap on the app whenever that's done. So it's a great suggestion. I think that is a good idea. And oh my gosh, well, on top of getting quad shot, we also get a golden Kizzle. So now we got to go all the way back to the mega chest and see if we can get something sturdy here. I am going to take a risk here and go for a naked empty bone heart. This is with anticipation that we're going to get at least a half red heart out of this, or maybe not. We get Pisces. Pisces is going to give us a nice tears upgrade and also break the tears cap. There's a little bit of a downside depending on how you look at it, though, with the knockback effect and, of course, clown physics and all that jazz. But for the most part, it's a net positive on your runs. If you have quad shot, you got Pisces, the knockback is not so bad. It's more noticeable when you have higher shot speeds. That's when it gets kind of problematic with the clown physics. And double red monster is one of the hardest combos you can get on the first floor for sure. Thankfully, we got quad shot. Mutant Spider is going to take us there. Speaking of shot speed, we do get shot speed, and we have a full charge on the coupon, which is going to allow us to take one of these Devil Deal items for absolutely free of charge. Don't ever shoot at me again. We could just take all of them too. That would leave us with 2.5 soul hearts, though. But I guess it's fine. All these items are acceptable. Except Death's List, but I think with this being our first Devil Deal, though, I think it's going to be okay. I should have gone through the door. We have Death's List, of course. If you don't know what that does, I don't know what to tell you. It's kind of a, those of you might be new here, but those of you might be new here, I'm joking, because a meme about maybe 2 years ago was that everyone was asking, oh, that's funny game, it's cute. People were asking, what does Death's List do every time it shows up? And it was an obvious ribbing on the fact that I always explain what Death's List does no matter what when it shows up. So that's the joke. I see it loses the appeal whenever you have to explain your own joke. It wasn't even really a joke, really. It was done by the community. Anyway, Death's List is going to put a skull on top of an enemy, and if you kill all the enemies in the order that the skull dictates, it will give you a chance. It will give you a chance to get one stat leveled up. Or ranked up, I should say. Or upgraded, depending on how you look at it. Look, I've been playing way too much RuneScape, okay? You can actually, if we get lucky enough, we can actually get everything here. To minimize the chance of us not getting the battery pack. We need the battery pack to get everything. And that was the worst one that could have happened. Batty with a quick shot there. Always love that. And then, of course, you can sometimes just get troll bombs. We get Host Hat, which is going to give us explosion immunity, and that's pretty good. But unlike Pyromaniac, it does not give us a heal. Very hard to aim. Very, very difficult to aim quad shot when you're going for Death's List. Now, of course, the rule of thumb for Death's List is that you should never put yourself in harm's way just to complete it. 9.9 times out of 10, the game's going to do something like that and completely screw you out of a stat. And even when you do happen to get a stat up, it's very rarely the stat that you want. That's just a fact. So whether it's programmed like that, which it probably is, or not, it's just maybe some Victor luck. What can you do? So, and then of course the game listening to my microphone immediately gives us a tears up, and that does have no cap limit on that either. So, but you know, the game's not beating those allegations. Not gonna beat that rap sheet. Game definitely listens to you. I've proven it time and time again. Crazy that makes me sound. I'm telling you, you have too much evidence to the contrary that points to the opposite. Oh, there's our double charge there. I'm just going to go ahead and take that. I doubt that we'll get a devil deal here, but we got to be careful. I also need to try. I need to take my own advice and not put myself in harm's way just out of hope that we get Death's Touch or a Death's List completed. Not even worth taking, to be honest. Reason why I don't like Betrayal is the same reason why I don't like familiars that fire by themselves, and I don't like to worry about shots being shot at me that are friendly. It's the same exact reason. You get Betrayal, and one enemy accidentally hits the other, and then that enemy will all of a sudden turn on the other enemy that fired upon it, and then that may inadvertently be in the direction that you're trying to dodge, and you will inadvertently get out of a harmful shot meant for an enemy, and like if they shoot, I mean, it's going to be a harmful shot either way. It's not like it's a friendly shot, but it makes enemies turn on a dime because you don't know. In the heat of the moment, you don't know who shot who first, and that can be really problematic. You are able to get the battery pack, and yep, that was not worth it. No, you're not invited to the party. Thank you. We've got to get our HP stabilized here. We're bleeding too many soul hearts away, and yeah, we can't be having that. And you saw in this room, especially here with the clown physics of quad shot, that's going to only cause more issues. Which is why having too much of anything in Isaac can be a bad thing. That holds true in life as well, though. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. You know, you can have too high of shot speed. You can have too high of movement speed. Too high of tier height. Too high of range. Obviously, damage is kind of an exception. Damage and tiers, but non-DPS related stats is what we're talking about here. There's 3 free soul hearts. Absolutely, we'll take this. I still think we should be able to spacebar through that, but it's something that I'm actively trying to work on. I gotta pull Zombolis away from all of his nerfing sessions. Oh, I don't know about that one. Not sure about that one, game. We should have been given credit for that. Look, game, I don't care how many times you put that room in front of me. I'm not going to play it. I think room might be here. Sorry, I had a text message from Mama Victa. It's always a little unsettling feeling whenever you get a text message from your mom at an odd hour of night, making sure that she's okay. And she's okay. It was something not important. I mean, it's always important, but something that is of unserious nature. The greed fight for our troubles. Of course, tomorrow's random run day is coming down. And we did get a damage upgrade there, so thank you, Death's List. Wait, no, we didn't. We got a range upgrade. Never mind. Screw you, Death's List. The damage upgrade was from Lusty Blood. I mean, I guess we can get Azazel Stump. Having Quad Shot Brimstone would be like a freaking godsend right now, and having Flying is also very nice. The problem is that the tears rate, or lack thereof, with Quad Shot Brimstone is it's quite a steep price, and we immediately get rid of Azazel Stump for an extremely much better trinket. That's not even the right way to say that grammatically, but I don't even care, man, because Flat File is great. It is how we say in en français, muy bueno. Okay, that's the second time that the tip of our foot has been hit, game. I disagree with that. Okay, so we're just taking all the cheap pot shots now. Gotcha. Gotcha, game. Look, you're the one who gave me host hat, all right? You can get mad all you want. Pisces is going to immediately stop Gertie Jr. from charging. The only time in the game where physics actually do make sense, because we have the knockback on our tiers. We can just totally stuff Gertie Jr. without really too many problems. Just kind of stonewall her. Stem cells. And yep. Coupon's still good here. Mama Victor says hello, everybody. The chance of us getting this one done are about, I'd say, a 0%, because what happens when Dingo splits is that it's going to immediately kill one of the dips that kind of splinter off. Yeah. So we didn't kill that dip. It was actually, oh wait, no, it's still, well, it doesn't matter now, but yeah, Death's List is just, it's not great, man. If you can make it happen, then make it happen, but don't count on Death's List to save your runs. The game has a very, very, as you just saw right there, a very high rate of screwage. Which should be the name of the next Isaac expansion, to be honest. Binding of Isaac. The very high rate of screwage expansion. Plus, of course. Or would it be plus plus? Maybe plus plus. We need to chronologically confused about the Binding of Isaac franchise, I think. You contact James to do one. Shiny rock. It's golden, but it doesn't matter. The rock there. So we really, really, really need to get more. We just need to get a solid tier effect or just more damage in general. Piercing shots would be amazing. Honestly, the biggest get that we can get right now, other than just a ton of soul hearts, is going to be Eye of Belial. Eye of Belial turns this run into a joke. Because then the lack of damage really does not matter. And also the completely useless items that we will not be using. And all the dead ends that come with the exploration aspect. If you're wondering why I'm not using the Hermit cards, so we can maybe have a chance of still making boss rush on Depths 2. That's the hope and dream. I knew that was going to happen the second I decided to park Blue Baby's only friend right there. I just freaking knew it, dude. Yep. So the biggest concern now is lack of HP. We are unable to defend ourselves from taking damage right now. Our damage is not high enough, and Clown Physics and Pisces is certainly working against us in a pretty diabolical fashion currently. So we are in no way in a stable, oh, okay, back-to-back greed fights after getting the coupon. I see what you're doing, game. Okay. So we're not going to make boss rush now. And furthermore, we have missed 2 shops now thanks to back-to-back greed fights. Post Hat saved us a hit there. Appreciate that. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Oh, we actually got a stat upgrade. And I'm really pushing hard for this Deathless play as well, because of the fact that Deathless can sometimes drop you soul hearts. But you're seeing the problem here. When we don't have a lot of damage and we're forced to kind of go off the script a little bit here. Especially, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. This game is on one today. So right there is Deathless getting completely turned around and canceled out by Sister Vis. We don't get a Devil Deal, we get a basic HP upgrade. We'll head on down to the next floor. Sorry about that. So those of you may have seen, or not seen, but you may have heard a slight skip in the video. That's because I I hit pause on the recording. I had to take care of something for Mama Victa. But we're all gravy now. No more interruptions, I hope. Like I said, it's like the whole world listens to me. Like they know exactly when I'm not just totally free and can talk on the phone, and then everybody in the world, family, friends, wants to just get in touch with me. So obviously we missed boss rush. We had the Sister Vis Deathless down, but yeah. If you ever want to see Clown Physics in action, this is the room for you. Yeah, we have got to stop the bleeding here. We are quite simply taking too much damage. So if we get an HP generator in this library, that's what we're going to absolutely be replacing stuff with. is. Book of Revelations. Got to do it. Yes, we're going to a dead end. But we are going to be taking Book of Revelations. Now, that's going to be very, very lucrative for us to have based on the fact that we have the 4.5 volt. This allows us to regenerate those charges on the Book of Revelations without too much effort. And we can use it way more often than we normally would be able to. I mean, we can bomb the Temperance Machine, I guess, but we ain't playing it because I have no idea how much HP we have. I think we have 2 red hearts. Yeah, let's just use the Hermit card. There's no reason to hold on to it. Get a soul heart. We get another soul heart here thanks to the full charge. See, what you're seeing here is the problem that I'm talking about with the physics. You're seeing the knockback. You're seeing that, yes, going into this, we knew that we were going to have knockback issues. That's just how Pisces works. Combined with the fact that we have quad shot, I get the interaction. I understand the risk of it all. But this would be far, far less dangerous with all the jostling that's going around and the knockback and stuff if we just simply had more base damage, which we do not. Now, yes, we do have Lusty Blood, and that does get us over the hump a little bit, but we have to make that initial kill on an enemy before that starts really kicking in. So we're at the mercy of clown physics throughout most of the first half of a room encounter. Now, we do get Sagittarius, which is not something that I was expecting at this stage of the game. And Sagittarius is going to be very helpful. It doesn't completely stop or negate the knockback, but it does mitigate it a little bit. So allowing the shots to pass through targets is much better than having it collide. Cause all sorts of issues. We're about to get another soul heart here. Immediately use that because Mom is a tanky boss, so that allows us to rack up the damage even more. I'm going to go with there's a couple reasons why I'm going with the negative. And it may not be the reason why you're thinking, and I'll explain that in a moment. The reason why I'm going with the negative is not because I'm trying to force a victory lap here. I'm not. This is not a victory lap worthy run yet, although Abaddon does help out quite a bit. The reason why the negative makes a more strategical, logical decision than the Polaroid in this specific instance is precisely because we have the 4.5 volt and also Book of Revelations combo. The more damage that we do, the faster we can build up charges, the safer that our run can be, because that's going to allow us to accumulate more HP quicker. So it's not about, in this instance, it's not about wanting to just do a victory lap to increase the length of the video or anything like that. It's because strategically it makes more sense. Given what the game has given us in this run, knowing that we got kind of screwed out of 2 shops that we really could have used with the coupon, this is what we ultimately are going to be left with here. And sometimes strategies in Isaac don't always present themselves as cleanly and neatly as you'd like them to. But I absolutely would take the negative 100% of the time again, if given the option over the Polaroid here, because of this combo. Now, if we didn't have this combo, or if we only had half of it, then I would not have done that. I would have taken the Polaroid, just call it a day. But as you can see, we're dealing more damage per shot. We're getting more charges per shot. Our shot efficiency is increasing. Our killing efficiency is increasing. This allows us to be stronger while doing the same thing that we've already been doing. The flat file also saving us a lot of HP there, thanks to going into and out of the curse rooms for absolutely free. Shot speed really kicking it now. Hopefully we find Spectral Tears or something. That'd be great. Try my best here. Now that's hard to do. What I just did right there is very hard to do in this room. Getting a full payout from Death's List in that room is rough. We did it. We done did it. I mean, and I've been satisfied with my Isaac gameplay lately. I feel like I've been playing better since the Sunday run, the infamous Sunday run, which I'm not going to go in more tangents about. Don't worry. A free luck upgrade there. You can bet your bottom dollar I'm absolutely going to be exercising my right to bomb through some doors. But I feel like that I've been playing better lately. Which is surprising because usually when I'm very tired or if my sleep schedule is just all sorts of out of whack, I usually play pretty badly. But in this case, I've been doing pretty well. Yeah, that old schedule, you know, that sleep schedule reset I did a couple days ago? Yeah, it's already been shot to hell. It is non-existent, unfortunately. Sad to say. 8 blocks there by Sack Dagger. Lubbock Coal, which is excellent for quad shot, and things are really coming up Millhouse now. This will get us to 99 cents. Might as well take it. So we're really getting something for nothing here. I wouldn't mind getting the... If we could get the fortune telling or the crystal ball, that'd be perfect, but we've stabilized our HP now, and yes, having mapping would be great, but can't be bothered to go through. I'll just sit there and wait. If I absolutely needed to, like if we didn't have the Book of Revelations, then I absolutely would do everything in my power to make sure that we get some security. But since we already have this pretty god combo here, I'm less inclined to sit there and spend the time. It's not really about the money, it's spending the time. And the result is simply just going to be the same except with mapping. Now this, I will play a little bit to save a little bit of cost on the Devil Deals. When we're talking about that, when I get... Definitely want to go in the curse room over here. Cute game. I have no qualms about using the Book of Revelations on this floor. It's not a boss that's going to drop loot, so and we're going to get hopefully a Devil Deal. At this point, I don't know. It's undoubtedly the wrong door. Oh, it's not. Surprising. There we go. One fly is all it took to take out that enemy, and we've gone the wrong way. But again, it's because the modular nature of how the flies and damage work. If we get more damage, the flies deal more damage, and that's what Lusty Blood is doing for it. Okay. Mosquito in here. Got him. Got him. I don't know if you heard that clap, but look, you're dealing with some Mr. Miyagi levels of reflexes here. All right. I am very well trained in the arts of bug killing. The only good bug is a dead bug. I got him. Yes, I did wipe my hand off. It's not sanitized, but it was not a full mosquito. It was a hungry mosquito. So I'm still gonna wash my hands, of course. But we've already paused enough in this video, so I think I'll refrain from pausing again. Yeah, we'll take money equals power. I have a cult gives us 2 or 3 Leviathan. It also gives us more damage, which is something that we've been needing. So we'll take it. But again, if you have other suggestions, going back to the app, I'm all ears. Please share your suggestions, thoughts, ideas. You know, I want the randomizer app to be more than just a simple randomizer, and it's already morphed into something more. You know, because if people are gonna dedicate their time and in some cases their money to play or to use an app, I want to be sure that it's very feature rich and simple to use, but I want it to enhance people's experience with Isaac and really extend the life of their renewed interest in Isaac. You know, if they've done everything, they got Dead God, you know, this maybe fire up the randomizer. It's gonna be a good time. We've already got an achievement system set up. We have a feedback system and bug report system set up. Courtesy of Bryn Mawr. Bryn Mawr does an amazing job at programming everything very quickly, sometimes almost too quickly, and he'll attest to that. There's been some things that have been lost in translation here and there, and that's caused, unfortunately, Bryn Mawr some extra work. Pull back the curtains a little bit. One of the things I asked for was a new feature where players will be able to once you have to have a user account, but once you make your user account and you start using the randomizer, there is now a field, an option that allows you to input the seed that you played your challenge on. And when I came up with that idea, I told Bryn Mawr, I said, hey, you know, I want users to be able to have the option of inputting seeds that they played for their achievement tracker. So if they want to share it with the mosh pit or share it with friends or family or whatever, say, hey, here's the seed that I did, see if you can beat it. Or hey, here's the seed that beat me, can you actually beat this seed? There you go. And it would be a manual input. It wouldn't be individually tracked because we have no injection point for Isaac. And I told Bryn Mawr that, and he said, yeah, no problem. Unfortunately, he misunderstood what I was saying, and this man, he programmed an entire seed algorithm based on the in-game algorithm that Isaac uses to generate over 19,000 separate seeds that would all be unique at any given time for people. He thought that I was asking the randomizer to pick the seed for people, when all I wanted was just a blank text box that people could input their seed number in. So he said it didn't cost him too much time, but I felt really bad because that's a lot of effort to build from the ground up. So, like I said, sometimes Bryn Mawr does an incredible 11 out of 10 job. Always is above and beyond what I expect. Sometimes he's too good. Sometimes he gets excited and wants to program it immediately. And we've had a little bit of a meeting to work on clarity. So because the last thing I want him to do is waste time. I don't like people wasting my time, and I absolutely do not want to waste someone else's time, especially when they're doing talented work like app dev and creation. Will we get Leviathan? No, we won't. But it's a very interesting episode here. We were carried largely in part thanks to Quad Shot, for better or for worse, early on with the instability that we had in our HP. But obviously the decision to take the negative over the Polaroid, to synergize with the Book of Revelations and also with the 4.5 volt was the absolute game changer. As we've had a surplus of HP ever since. So again, just making those kind of calls is something that you will eventually get to if you're not there already in your Isaac career. and understanding how interactions work and what synergies are strong and what synergies aren't strong, or maybe there's a better option for you. All that stuff leads to you being a better gamer, a better Isaac player. And I'm glad that I could show an example of that today. So I'm not patting myself on the back. It's just saying it, just have it out there. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you click the like button. Remember, we only need one more video crossing 3,000 likes, and we will be at our first like streak goal. I'll do the tier list sometime this week coming up. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. As always, I'll see you all next time. Get ready for the randomizer. It's coming up tomorrow. Hold on to your butts. Thanks for watching this video. Like, thanks to patrons of mine like Bryn Moore Campos, Sean Cooper, and Dershooty01. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.